Hi, welcome back. I'm Ken.
Lake with Metro's Outreach team. We're both joining forces for this video today.
We're teaming up to talk about climate action and to help you consider what your next steps might be to make a difference in your home and community when it comes to greenhouse gases.
Ken's gonna start. He'll share some small actions you can take to achieve big climate goals, and then I'll be back to share with you some organizations and other opportunities to get involved.
Scientists tell us that we need a 45% reduction in greenhouse gases by the year 2030. They also tell us that we need a 100% reduction in greenhouse gases by the year 2050. What do you think a reasonable rate of change per year should be? Do you think we should just do 100% right now? Ooh, that sounds a little drastic. What about going 50% right now? Oh, it still feels like, oh man, that seems like a lot. Well, how about 6% per year? If you take 6% of your greenhouse gases away each year, where would you be in 10 years? That's right. You'd be at around 60%. And hey, we would overshoot the goal of 45% in 2030. I think that's probably a good thing. So, if we look at the different areas that we could possibly change in, and we think about, well, what would a reasonable rate of change be? We could look in the area of clothing and how, and to look at what is the average American, how many articles of clothing does an average American buy? Do you think you're an average American when it comes to buying new clothing? What would a 6% reduction in buying new clothing look like? Americans average 30 pieces of clothing per year. So, do you think you're average still? Do you think you're under that? Over that? A 6% reduction in buying new clothes would look like buying perhaps two outfits of used clothing per year. We already have climate heroes out there, and I'll bet you are. Do you wear used clothing? Do you thrift your clothing? Do you buy at garage sales? Do you have a friend or neighbor that you trade clothes with? Maybe they're a little bigger than you are, and they give you their clothes when they're done. There are so many ways. Would you be willing to buy two articles of used clothing this year as a 6% pledge? Another area that makes a big difference in greenhouse gases is in the area of eating beef. How many pounds of beef do you think an average American eats per year? Do you think you're an average American? What would a 6% reduction of beef look like in the average American's diet? Well, Americans average 50 pounds of beef per person per year. A 6% reduction in that would be one less hamburger per month. Would that be something that would be devastating? To switch buying beef for something like buying chicken instead? Or maybe not even buying meat at all when you go out to restaurants. In the area of giving gifts, this makes a really big difference. First of all, there's the new stuff that's in the gift. There's the boxes that surround the gift. There's the wrapping. There's the bows. There are the cards. So much goes into this. How many gifts per year do you think an average American buys? Do you think that you and your family are average Americans when it comes to gift buying and giving? The average American gives 50 new stuff gifts per year. What would a 6% reduction in that look like? Well, an alternative to buying stuff gifts is to buy experiences. And experiences are where you can give somebody a ticket, like to the Oregon Zoo, and then you can go and spend that time with them and build solid relationships. Can you think of other experience gifts that could be given? Ones that you just know the people around you would love. Often, students talk about buying tickets to ball games, tickets to concerts, tickets for classes, buying experiences instead. Which pledge would you be willing to commit to for this year? Maybe there are several pledges that you would like to commit to. Perhaps you do all three of the things that we have mentioned. You buy used clothes, you don't eat beef, and you give experiences as gifts. Perhaps you can make up another pledge. What would that be? And now Lake is going to talk about some other ways that you can make a difference in greenhouse gases in your household and in your community.
I just want to add, you know yourself better than we do. So when you're choosing a pledge or an action, pick something that works for you and your situation. Here are just a few more examples of actions I've seen students take. You could post on social media about climate change. Write a letter to your school asking them to switch to LED bulbs. If you're an artist, do a visual project to teach people about climate change. You could research and find a local thrift store, promote their business to your... Other option is just to pick an adult in your life and tell them why you care so much about climate change. That's a really powerful action that almost anyone can take. It might be right for you to get involved with a local organization if you'd like some community involved in your action. So I'm going to share with you a few local organizations. Get ready to note down their names, follow them on social media, check out their websites, and find a way to get involved with them. The first organization is the Youth Environmental Justice Alliance with Opal Environmental Justice Oregon. This is a youth-run program, and it's designed to help youth create and run their own social, political, and environmental campaigns to create change. And this is an opportunity that specifically is designed for low-income youth and youth of color, so if that's you, check them out. They do awesome work. Another local organization that also is youth-led and designed for youth of color is Momentum Alliance. Their mission is to inspire young people to realize their power both individually and collectively, and to mentor future social justice leaders. All of their activities are either free or paid opportunities for youth, and they're designed and led by other young people who want to make change in their communities. Another local organization is the Sunrise Movement PDX. For our region, this is a local chapter of a national organization that is led by youth who are concerned about the impacts of climate change on their futures. And they are advocating to make climate change a national urgent priority. They want to elect leaders who are going to take climate change seriously and end the use of fossil fuels and create a lot of green jobs that can support people all across our country. If you are somebody who liked the idea of pledges and taking small actions, check out the Drawdown Eco Challenge. They have a website. You can create a profile. It's very social, and they have a huge library of small actions you can take, both doing research and taking action in your home and community to lower greenhouse gas emissions and promote climate justice. You can earn points for the different activities that you do, and you can also connect with other people who are taking action. And the last organization that I want to share with you, if you're somebody who's feeling creative, you like to work on projects, you want to get a team of people involved, check out the Changemaker Project. This is a global design competition of groups of other youth from all around the world who are competing to share a project to make social change or environmental change. They have a bunch of tools, sometimes money, sometimes curriculum and resources to help you design your project and share it with the world.
Remember, you are not the cause of climate change, but we are all here on the planet now at a time when we need change to happen. Together, we can make a really big difference, as each of the things that you do, that I do, those add up.
You are so powerful, and there are so many ways to take action and make a difference for climate change. And Ken and I are very excited. Please share with us what it is you choose to do.